A very interesting Lord Krishna's pastime. Mother Yashoda burns Lord Krishna once upon a time. Seeing that her maidservant was engaged in different household duties, Mother Yashoda personally took charge of churning butter. And while she churned butter, she sang the childhood pastime of Krishna and enjoyed thinking of her son. The end of her sari was tightly wrapped while she churned, and on account of her intense love for her son, milk automatically dripped, which moved as she labored very hard, churning with two hands. The bangles and the bracelets on her hands tinkled as they touched each other, and her earrings and there were drops of perspiration on her face, and the flower garland which was on her head scattered here and there. Before this, Lord Krishna appeared as a child. He felt hungry, and to increase his mother's love, he wanted her to stop churning. And he indicated that her first business is to feed. Mother Yashoda took her son on her lap and started feeding him. And as she started feeding, she was smiling, enjoying the beauty of a child's face. Suddenly, the milk which was on the stove began to boil over. Just to stop the milk from spilling, Mother Yashoda at once put Krishna aside and went to the stove. Left in that state by his mother, Krishna became very angry and his lips and eyes became red in rage. He pressed his teeth and lips, and taking up a piece of stone, he immediately broke the butter pot. He took butter out of it, and with false tears in his eyes, he began to eat the butter in the secluded place. In the meantime, Mother Yashoda returned to the churning place after setting the overflowing milk pan in order. She saw the broken pot in which the churning yogurt had been kept. Since she could not find her boy, she concluded that the broken pot was his work. She smiled as she thought. The child is very clever. After breaking the pot, he has left his place fearing punishment. After she shout all over, she found her son sitting on a big wooden grinding motor which was kept upside down. He was taking butter from a pot which was hanging from the ceiling on a swing, and he was feeding it to the monkeys. She saw Krishna looking his away, the way in fear of her because he was conscious of his naughty behavior. After seeing her son so engaged, she very silently approached him from behind. Krishna, however, saw her coming towards him with a stick in her hand, and he immediately got down from the grinding motor and began to flee in fear. Mother Yashoda chased him to all corners, trying to capture the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is never approached even by the meditation of great yogis. In other words, the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna, who is never caught by the yogis and speculators, was playing just like a little child of such a great devotee as Mother Yasoda. Mother Yashoda, however, could not easily catch the first running child because because of a thin waist and heavy body. Still, she tried to follow him as fast as possible. Her hair loosened, and the flowers in her hair fell to the ground. Although she was tired, she somehow reached her naughty child and captured him. When she was caught, when he was caught, Krishna was almost on the point of crying. He, he smeared his hands over his eyes, which were anointed with black. Krishna's eyes, which were anointed with black ice cosmetics. The child saw his mother's face while she stood over him, and his eyes became restless from fear. Mother Yashoda could understand that Krishna was unnecessarily afraid, and for his benefit, she wanted to allay his fears. Being the topmost well-wisher of her child, Mother Yashoda thought, if the child is too fearful of me, I don't know what will happen to him. Mother Yashoda then threw away her stick in order to push him. She thought to bind